Hello, beautiful soul. I want you to know that right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. There's something so special about you taking this time for yourself, choosing to explore the magnificent power that lives within you. I can feel your heart calling out for something more, something deeper, something that feels like coming home to who you really are. You know, so many people walk through life feeling like they're pushing against a heavy door that just won't open. They work harder, they try more, they force and struggle, yet the things they long for seem to stay just out of reach. If this sounds familiar, I want you to take a gentle breath with me right now. Let that breath remind you that you're not broken, you're not doing anything wrong, and you certainly haven't been forgotten by the universe. What you're experiencing is simply the result of not knowing about the incredible magnetic power that you were born with. Every single person comes into this world with a natural ability to attract good things. Think of it like this: you are already magnetic. You've been magnetic since the day you were born. The question isn't whether you have this power. You absolutely do. The question is whether you're using it in a way that brings you joy and fulfillment, or whether old patterns and beliefs have gotten in the way of your natural magnetism. Right now, as you're listening to these words, your heart might be feeling a little tender. Perhaps you've been hoping and wishing for changes in your life for so long that you've started to wonder if good things are really possible for you. Maybe you look around and see other people living the lives you dream of, and you wonder what they have that you don't. Let me tell you something with all the love in my heart. They don't have anything you don't have. They've simply learned to work with their magnetic nature instead of against it. You see, when we're little children, we naturally expect good things. A child wakes up each morning believing that something wonderful might happen that day. They don't question whether they deserve love or joy or fun, they just expect it. Somewhere along the way, life teaches us to expect less, to protect ourselves from disappointment, to be realistic about what's possible. While there's wisdom in being grounded, we often go too far and close our hearts to the very miracles we're longing for. Your magnetic power isn't something you need to create or earn or prove you're worthy of. It's already there, humming quietly within you, waiting for you to acknowledge it and work with it. This power doesn't care about your past mistakes, your current circumstances, or what anyone else has told you about your limitations. It simply exists, ready to help you attract experiences that match the energy you're putting out into the world. The beautiful thing about magnetism is that it works naturally and effortlessly. When you hold a magnet near metal, you don't have to make the metal move toward the magnet. It just happens. The magnet doesn't strain or struggle or worry about whether it's good enough. It simply is what it is, and the attraction occurs automatically. You have this same natural pulling power when it comes to attracting the experiences, people, and opportunities that align with your highest good. What I've learned after years of studying how life works is that we are always attracting something. We're never not being magnetic. The question is what we're attracting. When we're filled with worry, we magnetize more things to worry about. When we're focused on what's missing, we attract more experiences of lack. When we're angry or resentful, we pull in more situations that confirm those feelings. But here's the wonderful news. When we're filled with love, gratitude, and positive expectation, we magnetize miracles. You might be thinking, but I've tried to be positive before, and it didn't work. I understand, and I want you to know that thinking positive thoughts is just the beginning. True magnetism comes from aligning your thoughts, feelings, and actions with what you want to experience. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts what you desire, not just thinking about it or wanting it, but actually embodying the energy of having it. This journey we're taking together isn't about pretending everything is perfect when it's not. It's about recognizing that within you right now exists the power to shift your experience of life. You don't have to wait for your circumstances to change before you can access this power. You don't need anyone's permission or approval. You don't have to be further along than you are or different than you are. You just need to be willing to explore what's possible when you start working with the magnetic laws of the universe instead of against them. As we spend this time together, I want you to feel into the possibility that your life can be different. Not because you'll become someone new, but because you'll come home to who you've always been underneath all the stories and beliefs that have covered up your natural magnetism. You are here to experience joy, love, abundance, and fulfillment. These aren't luxuries reserved for special people. They're your birthright as a human being. Now, let's explore together what it really means to be magnetic and how you can begin to access this incredible power that's been waiting patiently within you all along. When we talk about being magnetic as a human being, we're speaking about something much deeper than just attracting material things, though that certainly can be part of it. Your magnetic power is your ability to align with the flow of life in such a way that what you need comes to you naturally and what no longer serves you falls away with ease. It's about becoming a vibrational match for the experiences you truly desire. Think about the people in your life who seem to effortlessly attract good things. You know the ones. They walk into a room and opportunities seem to find them. They have a warmth about them that draws others in. They speak about their dreams as if they're already on their way, and somehow those dreams have a way of coming true. These people aren't necessarily smarter, more talented, or more deserving than anyone else. They've simply learned to live in harmony with their magnetic nature. The difference between forcing and allowing is at the heart of understanding magnetism. When we force, we're coming from a place of fear, desperation, or control. We're trying to make things happen through sheer willpower, often because we don't trust that good things can come to us naturally. This kind of energy actually repels what we want because it carries the vibration of lack and struggle. Allowing, on the other hand, is a state of openness and trust. When we allow, we take inspired action while remaining open to how our good might come to us. We hold our desires lightly, with excitement rather than attachment. We do our part, and then we trust the universe to do its part. This doesn't mean we become passive or lazy. It means we learn to recognize the difference between effortful action that comes from fear and inspired action that comes from love. Your thoughts and feelings are constantly creating what we might call your magnetic field. Just like the Earth has a magnetic field that influences what happens in the space around it, you have an energetic field that influences what you attract into your experience. When your thoughts and feelings are consistently focused on what you want to create, when they're aligned with love and possibility, your magnetic field becomes incredibly powerful. This is why two people can take the exact same actions and get completely different results. One person might go to a networking event feeling nervous and focused on what they don't have, and they'll attract conversations that confirm their fears. Another person might go to the same event feeling confident and curious about the connections they might make, and they'll magnetize exactly the right people and opportunities. The beautiful thing about your magnetic field is that you can shift it in any moment. You don't have to wait for your circumstances to change first. You can begin right now to align your thoughts and feelings with what you want to experience. When you do this consistently, your outer world begins to reflect your inner shift. But here's what many people don't realize. Your magnetic power isn't just about what you think, it's about what you believe at the deepest level. You can think positive thoughts all day long, but if underneath those thoughts you believe you're not worthy of good things, or that life is supposed to be hard, or that you're somehow different from the people who get to live beautiful lives, then those deeper beliefs will always win. This is why it's so important to be gentle and patient with yourself as you explore your magnetism. You're not just changing your mind, you're transforming beliefs that may have been with you for a very long time. Some of these beliefs were formed when you were very young, and they were probably created as a way to protect you or help you make sense of your world. But what served you then might not be serving you now. Your magnetic power is also deeply connected to how you feel about yourself. When you truly love and appreciate yourself, when you treat yourself with kindness and respect, when you speak to yourself the way you would speak to a beloved friend, you naturally become more magnetic. Self-love isn't selfish. It's the foundation of your ability to attract and receive good things. This is because the relationship you have with yourself sets the template for all other relationships in your life. It also determines what you believe you deserve and what you're willing to accept. When you truly believe you're worthy of love, respect, and beautiful experiences, you'll stop settling for less than that. You'll naturally gravitate toward people and situations that honor your worth, and you'll have the strength to walk away from anything that doesn't. The most magnetic people aren't necessarily the most confident people, though confidence can certainly be magnetic. The most magnetic people are those who are authentic, who are connected to their hearts, and who have learned to trust the wisdom of their inner guidance. They've made peace with their imperfections, and they've stopped trying to be someone they're not in order to please others or fit in. When you're being authentically yourself, when you're following your genuine interests and expressing your true nature, you automatically attract people and experiences that are aligned with who you really are. This is so much more fulfilling than attracting things based on a false version of yourself, because then you have to keep pretending to be that false version in order to maintain what you've attracted. Your magnetism is unique to you. What works for someone else might not work for you, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to discover what makes you feel most alive, most connected, most like yourself, and then to orient your life around those things. When you're living in alignment with your true nature, you become irresistibly magnetic because you're offering the world something that only you can offer. Understanding your natural magnetic power is the first step, but if you've been feeling like this power is blocked or dormant, there are usually some old beliefs and patterns that need to be gently cleared away. Let's explore how to free up your magnetism so it can flow naturally once again. The beliefs that block our magnetism are often invisible to us because they've become so familiar. They're like old furniture in a room. We stop noticing it's there, but it's still taking up space and influencing how we move through that room. These limiting beliefs usually fall into a few categories: beliefs about ourselves, beliefs about other people, beliefs about how the world works, and beliefs about what's possible for someone like us. Many of us carry beliefs that tell us we're not good enough, not smart enough, not talented enough, or not deserving enough to attract wonderful things. These beliefs might sound like, good things happen to other people, not to me. I have to work hard for everything I get. If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. I'm not the kind of person who gets lucky breaks. I've tried before and it didn't work, so it probably won't work now. These beliefs feel true because we've been thinking them for so long, and because we've collected evidence to support them. But here's the thing about beliefs: they're not facts. They're just thoughts we've thought over and over until they feel real. And since our beliefs shape what we notice and how we interpret our experiences, they tend to create evidence that supports them. If you believe good things don't happen to you, you'll notice every disappointment and overlook every blessing. Some of our limiting beliefs come from our family or cultural background. Perhaps you grew up hearing that money doesn't grow on trees, that you can't trust people, that life is supposed to be a struggle, or that you shouldn't get your hopes up. These messages were probably shared with love, by people who were trying to protect you from disappointment. But protection can sometimes become limitation if we're not careful. Other limiting beliefs come from our own experiences. Maybe you were hurt by someone you trusted, so now you believe it's not safe to be vulnerable. Maybe you failed at something important, so now you believe you're not capable of success. Maybe you were criticized or rejected, so now you believe there's something wrong with you. These beliefs made sense as a way to cope with painful experiences, but they may now be keeping you from the very things you're longing for. The stories we tell ourselves about our past, our present, and our future have enormous power over our magnetic field. If your story is about how things never work out for you, how you're unlucky in love, how money is always tight, or how you can't seem to catch a break, then that story becomes a prediction that tends to fulfill itself. But stories can be changed. You can begin right now to tell a new story about yourself and your life. This doesn't mean pretending that difficult things haven't happened or that current challenges don't exist. It means choosing to focus on the part of your story that empowers you rather than the part that diminishes you. It means looking for evidence of your resilience, your growth, your capacity for love, and your ability to create positive change. It means seeing your past not as a series of limitations, but as a foundation of wisdom and strength. Forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools for clearing blocks to your magnetism. This includes forgiving others who have hurt you, forgiving yourself for your mistakes, and sometimes even forgiving life itself for not turning out the way you expected. Forgiveness doesn't mean condoning harmful behavior or pretending everything was okay. It means releasing the energy of resentment so it can't continue to block your good. When we hold on to anger, hurt, or disappointment, we're essentially telling the universe that we expect more of the same. Our magnetic field becomes tuned to the frequency of whatever we're holding on to. But when we forgive, we free up that energy and make space for something new. Forgiveness is a gift you give yourself, not because others deserve it, but because you deserve to be free. The process of clearing these blocks doesn't happen overnight, and it doesn't have to be perfect. You can start wherever you are with whatever you're ready to release. Sometimes it's as simple as saying, "I'm willing to let this go." Other times it requires more focused work, perhaps with the help of a counselor, coach, or healing practitioner. What matters is that you begin the process with compassion for yourself and trust in your ability to heal and grow. As you clear these old beliefs and patterns, you might notice that your life starts to shift in small ways at first. You might find yourself having more positive interactions with people, noticing more opportunities, or feeling more hopeful about the future. These are signs that your magnetic field is changing and that you're becoming more aligned with your natural power to attract good things. The key is to be patient and gentle with yourself through this process. You're not trying to become a different person. You're simply removing the obstacles that have been covering up who you really are. Underneath all those limiting beliefs and old stories is your authentic self, and your authentic self is naturally magnetic. As you clear away what doesn't belong, your true magnetism will begin to shine through more and more brightly. Now that we've begun to clear away the old beliefs that have been dimming your natural magnetism, let's explore one of the most powerful tools for activating your magnetic power: the art of acting as if. This isn't about pretending or being fake. It's about stepping into the energy of what you desire before it shows up in your physical reality. It's about becoming the person who naturally attracts what you want by embodying that energy right now, today, in this moment. When you act as if, you're working with a fundamental law of the universe, like attracts like. The energy you put out is the energy you get back. So if you want to attract love, you begin by embodying love. If you want to attract abundance, you start by feeling abundant with what you already have. If you want to attract opportunities, you begin by seeing yourself as someone who opportunities naturally flow to. This might feel strange at first, especially if your current circumstances don't match what you're trying to attract. Your logical mind might say, "But I don't have the money to feel abundant," or "I'm single, so how can I act as if I'm in a loving relationship?" Here's the beautiful truth. Acting as if isn't about your external circumstances. It's about your internal state. It's about the energy you carry, the way you move through the world, and the expectations you hold. Think about it this way. Successful people don't suddenly become confident after they achieve success. They develop confidence first, and that confidence helps magnetize their success. Happy people don't wait for perfect circumstances to feel joy. They choose joy first, and that joy attracts more joyful experiences. Loving people don't wait to receive love before they give it. They embody love as a way of being, and that love naturally draws more love into their lives. When you act as if you already are the person who has what you desire, you begin to make different choices. You start to think differently, speak differently, and move through the world differently. You begin to notice opportunities that were always there, but that you couldn't see before because you weren't vibrating at the frequency of someone who expected good things. Let's say you desire a loving partnership. Acting as if might mean treating yourself with the love and care you want from a partner. It might mean creating a beautiful space in your home that feels welcoming to love. It might mean speaking about your future relationship with excitement and expectation rather than doubt and longing. It might mean noticing and appreciating the love that's already present in your life through friends, family, pets, or even strangers who smile at you on the street. If you desire more abundance, acting as if might mean managing your current resources with care and gratitude, no matter how small they might be. It might mean making choices that honor your worth, choosing quality over quantity when possible, investing in yourself and your growth, or simply walking through the world with the posture and presence of someone who knows they deserve good things. The key to acting as if is to focus on the feeling you want to experience rather than the specific form you think it should take. When you focus on the feeling, the joy, the security, the love, the freedom, you open yourself up to receiving your good in ways you might never have imagined. The universe is infinitely creative and can deliver what you want through paths you couldn't have planned or predicted. This practice also helps you develop what we might call magnetic confidence. This isn't the kind of confidence that comes from having everything figured out or being better than other people. It's the quiet confidence that comes from knowing you're worthy of good things and trusting that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you can't see how. Acting as if requires courage, especially in the beginning. It asks you to step out of old patterns and familiar ways of being. It asks you to risk feeling disappointed if things don't work out exactly as you hope. But here's what I've learned. The risk of staying stuck in old patterns is far greater than the risk of trying something new. When you act as if, even if specific outcomes don't manifest exactly as you envision them, you're still becoming a more confident, positive, and magnetic version of yourself. One of the most powerful ways to practice acting as if is through your daily routines and choices. How would the person who has what you desire start their morning? How would they treat their body? How would they organize their space? How would they interact with others? How would they handle challenges or setbacks? You don't have to change everything at once, but you can begin making small shifts that align you with the energy of who you're becoming. Acting as if also extends to how you speak about your desires. Instead of saying, I hope someday I'll find love, you might say, I'm preparing myself to receive the beautiful relationship that's on its way to me. Instead of, I wish I had more money, you might say, I'm grateful for my growing abundance and the new opportunities that are opening up for me. This isn't about lying to yourself. It's about speaking from the place of possibility rather than the place of lack. The beautiful thing about this practice is that it feels good. When you act as if you already have what you desire, you get to experience some of that joy and satisfaction right now, instead of postponing it until some future moment when everything is perfect. You get to live more fully in the present while also magnetizing your dreams. Remember, acting as if isn't about forcing yourself to feel positive when you don't. It's about gently shifting your energy when you're ready and willing. Some days you'll feel more able to embody this energy than others, and that's perfectly natural. The key is consistency over perfection. Each time you choose to act as if, you're strengthening your magnetic power and moving closer to the life you truly desire. The way you speak to yourself has more power over your magnetism than almost anything else. Your inner dialogue is like a constant conversation with the universe, telling it what you expect, what you believe you deserve, and what you're ready to receive. When you shift this inner conversation, you shift everything. Most of us have been having the same conversation with ourselves for years, often without even realizing it. We wake up each morning and immediately begin the familiar mental chatter, worrying about the day ahead, rehearsing problems, criticizing ourselves for things we did or didn't do, or planning how we'll handle all the challenges we expect to face. This internal soundtrack becomes so automatic that we don't notice how it's influencing our magnetic field. But what if you could change that conversation? What if instead of starting each day with worry and criticism, you began with appreciation and possibility? What if instead of focusing on what's wrong or missing, you trained your mind to notice what's working and what's available? This shift in your inner dialogue is one of the fastest ways to transform your magnetism. The goal isn't to become unrealistically positive or to ignore genuine challenges. It's to become more conscious of how you're speaking to yourself and to choose words that support your growth and well-being rather than words that diminish your power. It's about becoming your own best friend and most encouraging supporter instead of your harshest critic. When you catch yourself thinking thoughts like, I always mess things up, nothing ever works out for me, or I'm not good enough, you can gently redirect that inner voice. You might say to yourself, I'm learning and growing with each experience. Good things are coming to me in perfect timing, or I am worthy of love and success exactly as I am. These aren't just pretty words. They're powerful declarations that help align your energy with what you want to create. One of the most transformative practices you can develop is the habit of speaking to yourself with the same kindness you would offer a dear friend. When you make a mistake, instead of berating yourself, you might say, it's okay, everyone makes mistakes. What can I learn from this? When you're facing a challenge, instead of panicking, you might say, I trust my ability to handle whatever comes my way, and I'm open to receiving help and guidance. This shift in self-talk is directly connected to your magnetic power because it changes how you feel about yourself, and how you feel about yourself influences what you attract. When you speak to yourself with love and encouragement, you feel more confident, more hopeful, and more open to receiving good things. When you speak to yourself with criticism and doubt, you feel small, defensive, and closed off from your good. The practice of positive self-talk isn't about denying your feelings or pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to be a source of comfort and strength for yourself instead of a source of additional stress. It's about recognizing that you have a choice in how you interpret your experiences and how you respond to life's ups and downs. Affirmations can be a beautiful part of shifting your inner dialogue, but they work best when they feel authentic and believable to you. If saying "I am wealthy" feels too far from your current reality, you might start with "I am open to increasing abundance in my life," or "I am grateful for the money that flows to me." If "I am confident" feels untrue, you might begin with "I am becoming more confident each day," or "I trust my ability to learn and grow." The key with affirmations is to find words that create a bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. They should feel like a gentle stretch rather than a giant leap. As you consistently speak these new words to yourself, your mind begins to accept them as possible, and your magnetic field shifts to match this new possibility. Your inner dialogue also includes the stories you tell yourself about why things happen the way they do. If you tend to interpret setbacks as evidence that you're unlucky or that the universe is against you, you're training your mind to expect more difficulties. But if you can learn to see setbacks as redirections, as opportunities to grow, or as signs that something even better is on the way, you're training your mind to expect good things, even in challenging moments. This doesn't mean you have to be happy about every difficult experience, but it means you can choose to trust that everything in your life is somehow serving your highest good, even when you can't see how. This trust creates a magnetic field that attracts solutions, support, and opportunities, even in the midst of challenges. The connection between self-love and magnetic power cannot be overstated. When you truly love yourself, you naturally speak to yourself with kindness. You naturally make choices that honor your well-being. You naturally expect to be treated with respect and love by others. And when you expect love and respect, that's what you tend to attract. Self-love isn't something you have to earn or prove you deserve. It's something you can choose right now, in this moment, regardless of your past or your current circumstances. It starts with simple acts of kindness toward yourself, speaking gently, making choices that support your health and happiness, forgiving yourself for mistakes, and treating yourself with the same compassion you would offer someone you care about. As you practice shifting your inner dialogue, be patient with yourself. You're changing patterns that may have been with you for a very long time. Some days you'll remember to speak kindly to yourself, and other days you'll fall back into old habits. This is perfectly normal and part of the process. What matters is that you keep gently redirecting your mind toward thoughts and words that support your magnetism and your highest good. Creating space for miracles in your life is both an internal and external practice. It's about preparing your heart, mind, and environment to receive the beautiful surprises that the universe wants to bring you. So often we're so focused on our problems and challenges that we don't leave room for anything wonderful to enter our experience. We're like someone standing in a crowded room with their arms full of old baggage, wondering why no one can give them a gift. The first step in creating space for miracles is releasing your attachment to how you think your good should come to you. We often have very specific ideas about how our lives should unfold, who should help us, what opportunities should appear, and when everything should happen. While it's wonderful to have dreams and goals, holding on to them too tightly can actually block the very things we're trying to attract. The universe has access to resources, people, and possibilities that are beyond your current awareness. When you stay open to receiving your good in unexpected ways, you allow for solutions and opportunities that are even better than what you could have planned or imagined. This doesn't mean being passive or giving up on your dreams. It means holding your desires with open hands, doing your part while trusting the universe to do its part. One of the biggest blocks to receiving miracles is the belief that we have to figure everything out ourselves. We think we need to have a complete plan, know all the steps, and be able to see the entire path before we can move forward. But miracles often come through unexpected encounters, sudden insights, or opportunities that appear out of nowhere. When you're too attached to your own limited perspective of how things should happen, you might miss the miracle that's trying to reach you through a different door. Trust is essential for creating space for miracles. This is trust in yourself, trust in others, and trust in the intelligence of the universe. It's the willingness to take inspired action even when you can't see the whole picture. It's the courage to say yes to opportunities that feel right in your heart, even if they don't make complete sense to your logical mind. It's the faith to keep moving forward even when you don't know exactly where you're going. Surrender is another key element of creating space for miracles. Surrender doesn't mean giving up or becoming passive. It means releasing the need to control every detail of how your life unfolds. It means doing what you can do and then allowing the universe to handle what you can't do. It means trusting that there's a wisdom at work in your life that's greater than your personal will or understanding. This can be challenging, especially if you've been taught that you have to make everything happen through your own effort. But think about the most beautiful experiences in your life, the relationships, opportunities, and moments of joy that have meant the most to you. How many of those did you force to happen through sheer willpower? More likely, they came to you through a combination of your openness, your readiness, and the natural flow of life bringing you what you needed at the right time. Creating physical space for miracles is also important. This might mean decluttering your home to make room for new energy to flow. It might mean clearing your schedule so you have time to notice and respond to opportunities. It might mean organizing your finances so you're ready to invest in yourself when the right opportunity appears. It might mean taking care of your health so you have the energy to embrace new experiences. Your physical environment reflects and influences your internal state. When your space feels chaotic or cluttered, it can be harder to feel open and receptive. When your space feels peaceful and organized, it's easier to tune into the subtle guidance and opportunities that are always available to you. You don't need to have a perfect home or a lot of money to create space for miracles. You just need to bring conscious intention to making your environment feel as welcoming and harmonious as possible. Creating emotional space for miracles means being willing to feel excited about your dreams without needing guarantees about how or when they'll manifest. It means allowing yourself to hope, even if you've been disappointed before. It means staying curious and open-hearted, even when life feels uncertain. It means choosing to see setbacks as plot twists in your story rather than evidence that good things aren't possible for you. This emotional openness requires courage because it makes you vulnerable. When you open your heart to miracles, you also open it to the possibility of disappointment. But here's what I've learned. The pain of disappointment is temporary, but the regret of never opening your heart to possibility can last a lifetime. The risk of staying closed is far greater than the risk of staying open. Prayer, meditation, or simply quiet time with yourself can be powerful ways to create space for miracles. These practices help you step out of the busyness of daily life and tune into the deeper currents of wisdom and guidance that are always available to you. In the stillness, you can often hear the whispers of your intuition and feel the subtle promptings that lead to miraculous experiences. Creating space for miracles also means being willing to receive compliments, help, opportunities, and love from others. Many of us are much better at giving than receiving, but receiving is an essential part of the flow of life. When someone offers you a genuine compliment, can you simply say thank you instead of deflecting it? When someone offers to help you, can you accept graciously instead of insisting you can handle everything yourself? When opportunities come your way, can you say yes even if you don't feel completely qualified or ready? The willingness to receive is directly connected to your sense of worthiness. If deep down you don't believe you deserve good things, you'll unconsciously push away the very miracles you're praying for. But when you truly know that you're worthy of love, support, and beautiful experiences, you'll naturally attract and recognize these gifts when they appear. As you practice creating space for miracles, pay attention to the small wonders that are already present in your life. Miracles aren't always dramatic, life-changing events. Sometimes they're the perfect parking space that opens up just when you need it, the friend who calls just when you're feeling lonely, the insight that comes at exactly the right moment, or the unexpected check that arrives just when money is tight. When you acknowledge and appreciate these smaller miracles, you create a magnetic field that attracts even more miraculous experiences. Living magnetically isn't something you do once and then forget about. It's a way of being that you cultivate through daily practices that keep your energy aligned with what you want to attract. These practices don't have to be complicated or time-consuming. In fact, the most powerful practices are often the simplest ones that you can easily weave into your existing routine. Your morning ritual sets the tone for your entire day and creates the foundation for your magnetic energy. This doesn't mean you need to wake up 2 hours earlier or completely overhaul your life. It means bringing conscious intention to how you begin each day. Instead of immediately reaching for your phone or jumping into worry about everything you need to do, you can give yourself just a few minutes to connect with your magnetic power. This might be as simple as taking 3 deep breaths while still in bed and setting an intention for the day. You might say to yourself, "I am open to receiving beautiful surprises today," or "I trust that everything I need will come to me at the perfect time," or "I choose to see opportunities and blessings wherever I go." These few moments of conscious intention create a magnetic field that influences every interaction and experience throughout your day. Gratitude is one of the most powerful magnetic forces in the universe. When you start your day by acknowledging what you're grateful for, you're immediately aligning yourself with abundance rather than lack. This doesn't mean pretending that everything in your life is perfect, but rather choosing to focus on what is working, what is beautiful, and what is possible. You might be grateful for your comfortable bed, for the fact that you woke up this morning, for the people who love you, or for the opportunities that await you today. As you practice morning gratitude, try to feel the appreciation in your body rather than just thinking grateful thoughts. Let the warmth of gratitude fill your heart and radiate through your entire being. This feeling of appreciation is what creates the magnetic attraction for more things to appreciate. Your evening ritual is equally important because it helps you process the day's experiences and prepare your subconscious mind for healing and renewal while you sleep. Before you go to bed, you might take a few minutes to reflect on the good things that happened during the day, no matter how small they might seem. Maybe someone smiled at you, maybe you had a delicious meal, maybe you learned something new, or maybe you handled a challenge with more grace than usual. This evening practice of acknowledging the day's blessings helps train your mind to notice positive experiences. What you focus on expands, so when you regularly look for good things in your day, you'll start to notice more and more of them. You're literally rewiring your brain to be more attuned to the miracles that are already flowing in your life. Visualization is another powerful tool for maintaining your magnetic energy, but it works best when you focus on how you want to feel rather than trying to control specific outcomes. Instead of visualizing exactly how your perfect relationship will look or precisely how much money you'll have, focus on visualizing yourself feeling loved, secure, joyful, and free. When you can generate these feelings through visualization, you become a magnet for experiences that create those same feelings in your real life. The key to effective visualization is to make it feel real in your body. See yourself moving through your day with confidence and joy. Feel what it's like to be appreciated and valued. Imagine yourself handling challenges with grace and wisdom. Let yourself experience the satisfaction of living a life that feels meaningful and fulfilling. The more real you can make these visualizations feel, the more powerfully they will influence your magnetic field. Mirror work is one of the most transformative practices you can develop for amplifying your magnetism. This involves looking into your own eyes in the mirror and speaking to yourself with love and encouragement. Many people find this challenging at first because we're so used to being critical when we look at ourselves. But learning to see yourself with love and compassion is essential for developing strong magnetism. You might start by simply looking into your own eyes and saying, "I love you." If that feels too difficult, you might begin with, "I'm learning to love you," or "You're doing the best you can." The goal isn't to feel perfect about yourself immediately, but to begin treating yourself as someone worthy of love and kindness. As you practice this regularly, you'll notice that your relationship with yourself becomes more loving, and this inner transformation will be reflected in how others treat you. Mirror work is also a powerful time to speak your desires and affirmations. When you look into your own eyes and say, "Beautiful opportunities are coming to you," or "You deserve to be happy and successful," you're communicating directly with your subconscious mind in a way that has incredible power. Your subconscious mind is what controls your magnetic field. And when you can communicate with it directly through mirror work, you can create profound shifts in what you attract. Feeling work is the practice of consciously generating the emotions you want to experience in your life. This might sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful because your feelings are what create your magnetic signature. You can practice feeling grateful even when circumstances are challenging, feeling abundant even when money is tight, or feeling loved even when you're alone. This isn't about denying your authentic emotions, but about expanding your emotional range and learning to access positive feelings when you need them. One way to practice feeling work is to remember times when you felt the way you want to feel now. If you want to attract more love, remember a time when you felt deeply loved and let yourself fully experience that feeling again. If you want to attract more abundance, remember a time when you felt rich in some way, maybe rich in friendship, in experiences, or in possibilities, and allow that feeling of richness to fill you up. These daily practices work best when they become as natural as brushing your teeth. You don't have to do them perfectly, and you don't have to do them for hours at a time. Consistency matters more than perfection. Even just a few minutes of conscious magnetic practice each day can create profound shifts in your life over time. The beautiful thing about these practices is that they feel good. You're not forcing yourself to do something unpleasant for some future benefit. You're choosing to feel better right now, while also creating positive changes in your life. As you continue these practices, you'll find that maintaining positive magnetic energy becomes more and more natural, and you'll start to notice that good things flow to you with increasing ease. Learning to recognize when miracles are flowing in your life is an art that develops with practice and attention. So often we're looking for big dramatic changes that we miss the constant stream of small miracles that are always available to us. The universe is continuously offering us gifts, but we have to train our awareness to notice and receive them. Miracles often come disguised as coincidences, unexpected encounters, sudden insights, or opportunities that appear at just the right moment. They might look like the perfect book that falls off a shelf in front of you, the stranger who offers exactly the advice you needed to hear, the job opportunity that comes through a casual conversation, or the solution to a problem that suddenly becomes clear after you've stopped trying so hard to figure it out. The key to recognizing miracles is to stay curious and open rather than attached to how you think your good should come to you. When you're rigid about what form your blessings should take, you might miss the miracle that's trying to reach you through an unexpected channel. But when you stay open and receptive, you'll begin to notice the intricate ways that life is always supporting you and guiding you toward your highest good. Synchronicities are one of the most common ways that miracles show up in our lives. These are meaningful coincidences that seem too perfect to be random chance. You might think of someone you haven't heard from in years, and then they call you that same day. You might need information about something specific, and then you overhear exactly the conversation you need to hear. You might be worried about money and then receive an unexpected refund or find a $20 bill in an old jacket pocket. When synchronicities begin to increase in your life, it's a sign that you're living in greater alignment with your natural magnetism. It means you're becoming more attuned to the subtle guidance that's always available to you, and you're trusting the flow of life to support you. The more you acknowledge and appreciate these synchronicities, the more of them you'll experience. Celebrating small wins is crucial for maintaining your magnetic momentum. Every positive experience, no matter how minor it might seem, is evidence that your magnetism is working. When you get green lights all the way to your destination, when someone lets you ahead of them in line, when you find exactly what you're looking for on sale, when a friend calls just when you need to talk, these are all signs that you're attracting good things. The mistake many people make is waiting for big, life-changing miracles before they allow themselves to feel successful or grateful. But the universe is always sending us smaller gifts to let us know we're on the right track. When you acknowledge and celebrate these smaller miracles, you're telling the universe that you're ready for more. You're showing that you're a good receiver, that you notice when good things happen, and that you appreciate the support you're receiving. This celebration doesn't have to be elaborate. It might be as simple as saying thank you out loud when something nice happens, or taking a moment to really feel the gratitude in your heart when things go smoothly. You might keep a miracle journal where you write down the good things that happen each day, no matter how small they might seem. Or you might share your appreciation with a friend or family member, spreading the positive energy even further. Appreciation is the fuel that keeps your magnetic energy flowing strongly. When you truly appreciate what you have and what you're receiving, you create more space for even greater blessings to come into your life. Appreciation is different from gratitude in that it involves really savoring and enjoying what you have, rather than just acknowledging it intellectually. You can practice appreciation throughout your day by paying full attention to pleasant experiences as they're happening. When you're drinking your morning coffee, really taste it and enjoy it. When someone is kind to you, really take it in and let yourself feel touched by their kindness. When you see something beautiful in nature, pause and let yourself be filled with wonder. These moments of conscious appreciation charge your magnetic field with positive energy. It's also important to appreciate yourself and your own growth. Notice when you handle a situation with more patience than you used to have. Acknowledge when you make a choice that honors your well-being. Celebrate when you catch yourself thinking positively or speaking kindly to yourself. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation of your magnetism, and appreciating your own progress strengthens that foundation. Sometimes miracles show up as obstacles or challenges that redirect you toward something better than what you originally wanted. You might not get the job you applied for, but then a better opportunity opens up. You might experience a setback in one area of your life that leads to a breakthrough in another area. Learning to see these plot twists as part of your miraculous unfolding requires trust and faith, but it's one of the most powerful ways to maintain your magnetic energy even during difficult times. As you become more skilled at recognizing and receiving your miracles, you'll find that your confidence in your own magnetism grows stronger. You'll start to expect good things to happen, and that expectation itself becomes a powerful magnetic force. You'll move through life with a sense of excitement and curiosity about what wonderful surprises might be coming your way, and that energy of positive anticipation attracts even more miraculous experiences. Remember, every miracle you receive is not just a gift for you, it's also meant to inspire and encourage others. When you share your stories of synchronicity and blessing, you help other people remember their own magnetic power. In this way, recognizing and celebrating your miracles becomes a gift that keeps giving, spreading waves of positive energy throughout your community and beyond. Living as a magnetic being means integrating everything you've learned about magnetism into the fabric of your everyday life. It's not something you turn on and off or practice only during special moments. It becomes your natural way of being in the world. When you live magnetically, you move through each day with an inner knowing that you are worthy of good things and that the universe is always conspiring to support your highest good. This integration happens gradually as you consistently practice the principles and techniques that align you with your natural magnetism. Over time, thinking positive thoughts, speaking kindly to yourself, acting as if you already have what you desire, and staying open to miracles become as natural as breathing. You don't have to work hard to maintain this energy. It becomes who you are. When you live as a magnetic being, people notice something different about you, even if they can't put their finger on what it is. You might hear comments like, "You always seem so peaceful," or "Good things always happen to you," or "I feel better just being around you." This isn't because you're perfect or because you never have challenges, but because you've learned to maintain your center and your positive expectation regardless of what's happening around you. Your magnetic energy has a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. When you're operating from a place of love, trust, and positive expectation, you naturally inspire others to connect with those same qualities within themselves. Your presence becomes a gift to everyone you encounter because you're offering them a living example of what's possible when someone aligns with their natural magnetism. This doesn't mean you become responsible for fixing other people's problems or that you have to be positive all the time. It simply means that your energy of self-love, trust, and openness creates a safe space for others to explore their own potential. Sometimes the most powerful thing you can do for someone is simply to believe in them and to see their highest possibilities, even when they can't see those possibilities themselves. Living magnetically also means sharing your gifts and talents freely with the world. When you're aligned with your magnetism, you're naturally connected to your authentic purpose and your unique ways of contributing. You're not trying to be someone you're not or to offer something that doesn't genuinely come from your heart. Instead, you're expressing your true nature and sharing what brings you joy. And this authentic expression automatically attracts the right people and opportunities. The key to sharing your magnetic energy is to do it without attachment to outcomes. You give your best effort, offer your authentic gifts, and treat others with love and respect, not because you expect something in return, but because this is who you are. When you give from this place of genuine overflow rather than from a place of need or manipulation, You create a powerful magnetic field that attracts abundance in all its forms. As you live more and more magnetically, you'll find that you're naturally drawn to other people who are also living from their heart and working with positive energy. Your circle of friends and acquaintances will begin to shift as you attract relationships that support and encourage your highest potential. This isn't about judging people who haven't discovered their magnetism yet, but about naturally gravitating toward connections that feel nourishing and inspiring. Living as a magnetic being also means taking care of yourself in ways that honor your worth and maintain your positive energy. This includes eating foods that make you feel good, getting enough rest, spending time in nature, engaging in activities that bring you joy, and surrounding yourself with beauty when possible. These aren't luxuries or selfish indulgences. They're essential practices for maintaining the high vibration that keeps your magnetism strong. You'll also find that living magnetically makes you more resilient when challenges arise. Because you've developed a strong foundation of self-love and trust in the universe, you're able to maintain your inner stability even when external circumstances are difficult. You don't avoid problems or pretend they don't exist, but you approach them with confidence in your ability to handle whatever comes your way, and with faith that every challenge contains within it the seeds of something positive. The ripple effect of living magnetically extends into every area of your life. Your relationships become more harmonious because you're attracting people who are aligned with your values and because you're approaching others with love rather than fear. Your work becomes more fulfilling because you're making choices based on what feels authentic rather than what you think you should do. Your health improves because you're treating your body with care and because positive emotions support physical well-being. Perhaps most importantly, living as a magnetic being allows you to be a source of hope and inspiration for others who are struggling to believe in their own power to create positive change. Without preaching or trying to convince anyone of anything, you become living proof that it's possible to live with joy, to attract beautiful experiences, and to trust in the goodness of life. As you continue on this journey of magnetic living, remember that it's a practice, not a destination. There will be days when you feel more connected to your magnetism than others, and that's perfectly normal. What matters is that you keep returning to the practices and principles that align you with your natural power to attract good things. Each time you choose love over fear, trust over worry, or appreciation over complaint, you're strengthening your magnetism and contributing to a more positive world for everyone. My dear friend, as we come to the end of our time together, I want you to feel deep in your heart just how powerful and magnetic you truly are. Everything we've explored together, your natural ability to attract good things, the importance of clearing old beliefs, the magic of acting as if, the power of your inner dialogue, the art of creating space for miracles, the joy of daily magnetic practices, and the beauty of living as a truly magnetic being. All of this isn't something you need to learn or earn or prove you deserve. This is who you already are underneath all the layers of doubt and fear that may have covered up your natural radiance. You came into this world as a magnetic being. As a baby, you naturally expected to be loved, cared for, and delighted in. You didn't question whether you deserved good things. You simply reached for them with open arms and an open heart. That expectant, trusting, magnetic energy is still within you right now, no matter what experiences you've had since then. It's been waiting patiently for you to remember and reclaim it. The journey of awakening to your magnetism isn't about becoming someone new. It's about coming home to who you've always been. It's about peeling away the false beliefs that told you that you're not enough, that you can't have what you want, or that good things happen to other people but not to you. As you release these old stories and step into the truth of your magnificence, you'll find that attracting miracles isn't something you have to work hard at. It becomes as natural as breathing. I want you to know that you don't have to wait until you've perfected all these practices before you can start experiencing more magnetism in your life. You can begin right now, in this very moment, to choose thoughts that feel better, to speak to yourself with more kindness, and to open your heart to the possibility that beautiful things are on their way to you. Even the smallest shift in your energy can create profound changes in what you attract. Trust yourself to know which practices feel most important for you to focus on right now. Your inner wisdom will guide you toward exactly what you need for your next steps. Some days you might feel called to work with affirmations. Other days you might be drawn to gratitude or visualization or mirror work. Follow your intuition and allow your magnetic journey to unfold in whatever way feels most natural and joyful for you. Remember that every challenge you've faced, every disappointment you've experienced, and every moment when you felt lost or confused has been preparing you for this awakening to your true power. Nothing in your life has been wasted. Everything has contributed to your wisdom, your compassion, and your deep appreciation for the good things that are now ready to flow into your experience. As you move forward from here, carry with you the knowing that you are deeply loved by the universe. You are not alone in this journey. There are forces of love and support working on your behalf in ways you may never fully understand, but you can trust and appreciate. Every sunrise is a reminder that each day brings new possibilities. Every breath you take is an opportunity to align yourself with the highest and best that life has to offer. Your magnetism is a gift not just to you, but to everyone whose life you touch. As you learn to love yourself more deeply, as you begin to expect and receive more good things, as you move through the world with greater confidence and joy, you inspire others to remember their own magnificent potential. You become a living example of what's possible when someone aligns with their natural power to attract miracles. So step forward with excitement, dear one. Step forward with trust. Step forward knowing that you are exactly where you need to be, and that everything you desire is making its way to you in perfect timing. Act as if you are magnetic because you are. Watch for miracles because they are flowing to you right now. And most importantly, love yourself completely because you are absolutely worthy of every beautiful thing your heart desires. The universe has been waiting for you to remember your power. Welcome home to your magnetic, miraculous, magnificent self. Your best days are not behind you. They are being created by your beautiful magnetic energy right now.